Hey guys, my name is Nick, and today we're going to be talking about Arlo, who is a 3-year-old golden retriever, if I'm not mistaken, and some of the things that he struggled with, and then how he did along with training as well. So funny enough, here when I first met Arlo at his owner's home, he was outside in the backyard, and I was inside. And when his mother had opened the door to let him come inside, he started barking at me, and he was actually terrified. Apparently, he's very, very reactive to dogs and other people. Um, and he was an incredibly insecure and nervous dog when I first got him as well. But that's why one of the first things that I focused on is just building enough of a relationship where a dog is very comfortable and wants to open up with me. So this was actually one of the first videos that I had sent his owner to show how he's doing. One of the first things that I really start to work on is just teaching a dog to walk nicely on a leash and be respectful of me and pay attention to the leash, my body language, everything like that. For me, walking a dog on a leash is kind of like a litmus test for the kind of relationship that you have with your dog. So if your dog comes out on a leash and immediately starts dragging you everywhere and could care literally could not care any less about us, that is a big problem. There's a big, big disconnect there. Whereas if I take my dog and I walk nicely on a leash and my dog is calm, cool, and collected, they're relaxed, they're paying attention to me, and they're not trying to skirt around and be crazy all the time, again, you probably have a little bit better of a relationship with them. So for me, when I first get a dog, this is one of the first things that I want to work on. I want to teach a dog to be respectful of me, walk nicely on a leash, pay attention to me, you follow me, you stop where I stop, you go where I go, all kinds of things like that. And it really just helps set the tone for a very solid relationship where the dog can be relaxed, they can pay attention to me, and it sets a very clear boundary of understanding where the dog knows that I am the leader and he must be the one that pays attention to me. And like I said, he was previously quite reactive and is a very fearful dog as well. But again, when you have the ability to really cultivate a healthy relationship, addressing those things becomes significantly easier. Here's a short clip of Mr. Arlo just walking around the yard a little bit, just being off leash and everything. But it gives the owner a real sense of having a trust, reliable trust, and freedom for just being able to let my dog run around a little bit and being able to recall my dog and know definitively that my dog 100% is coming back when I ask them to. This also helps give me security for, what happens when I open the door and the dog steps outside. I don't want to have to worry about chasing them down. I want to know beyond a shadow of a doubt when I call my dog, they will come back to me. So now showing off a little bit of impulse control and some practical obedience in the house. Now, I don't like to use this as like a form of doggy jail, but it is really, really nice for me to be able to send my dog over to the bed and just tell them to stay there for an extended period of time. It could be 2 minutes, but that's not really super practical all the time. So in the same breath, it also could be 20 or 30 minutes. It's important for my dog to understand that you must stay there until I choose to release you. Just because somebody knocks at the door doesn't mean you get to come off your bed. Just because, I drop a piece of food in the kitchen while I'm cooking dinner does not mean you get to come off your bed. So I get to use this a lot for very practical purposes. I can practice this, if my dog's under my feet in the kitchen, I could put them on a bed. If I've got a little bit of a young wild child and, they're just running amok and going crazy and everything, and it's 9 o'clock at night, I'm trying to relax, I may practice this as well. So now, after starting with Arlo almost 3 weeks ago at this point, he's reactive to people, he's very, very nervous, a lot of fear, he's used to trying to back out of his collar and run away from things if he gets scared. Even in sliding glass doors like this would absolutely terrify him. To this point where we're at now, I am super, super proud of him. He's still got a ways to go, and that's where it's going to be important that his owners and his family continues on the foundation that I've set here. But this is a tremendous amount of progress from him barking at every single person that he sees to being able to comfortably and very relaxed be able to walk through a store with me. Walk at a comfortable pace, be comfortable around all the people, be comfortable around other dogs. This is a huge improvement for him. I'm super, super proud of him. He turned in to be just a wonderful dog. And I thought when I went to pick him up, again, keep in mind, he was the dog that wouldn't even come into the door inside in his own home because he was terrified just because he could see me. So I thought I may have bit off a bit more than I could chew here with him, but he absolutely did wonderful. I'm super, super proud of him. I'm very happy for his family. You know, he's owned by a wonderful family as well. So yeah, all in all, I'm very proud of Arlo. This is one of the reasons why I absolutely love being a dog trainer, because of the amount of families that you can impact, the amount of dogs you can impact, and it's just beautiful. It's something that's super incredibly rewarding for me. So I'm very blessed to have the opportunity to be able to work with him.